internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday the 29th of June 2019. Today I'll be live for 34 minutes. Are we on or are we off? Did we land? I don't know if we landed correctly. I'm gonna have to check something here. I had a little glitch at one point and I feel like we might not have landed. There may be nobody in here. I see Northrump MJ saying what happened. Northrump MJ says, "It's up." Are we here? Are we on? I gotta pull in my chat. We're up, Northrump MJ says. Okay, let's pull up the chat. Okay, so that says it's kind of disconnected there. Interesting. Are we on? I can't see if we're on. This sucks. This is the first time this has happened to me on this stream for quite some time. I don't know where we are. I don't know where the live is happening. I see everyone saying you're on. Hey all, Xander Round. Okay, if you say we're on, then I say we're on. You're on. Okay, good to know. Interesting. I just can't see it in my chat there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to refresh this page, aren't I? How do you do that again on this program? See, my chat's not pulling itself up live here, so this is not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to talk to you guys because today is going to be a big one about the chat. Let's see if I go out and come back in. Do we get a chat there? Do we get a chat? We still don't get a chat. That's just perfect, isn't it? Still don't see it there. Sorry about this, folks. This is not professional. We can see, yeah. What does that mean, Tim? Yep, you're on buffering in Melbourne. If you're buffering, that's not at my end. I mean, I can't see this chat here. That's the trouble. I would love to shut down when not live. Okay, try that. Pump back out, chat. And now I should be able to go back in there and... Okay, can you hear us now? That's what I wanted. Okay, so that looks good. Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the stream. It is Saturday, the 29th of June, 2019. Today, I'll be live for however many more minutes we've got left in this stream. I'm not sure what happened then. I did the regular thing, and it just went, no, not doing it today for some reason. You know what it could be? I am using my original iMac now. So I was going to preface this stream by saying there may be some glitches because I'm using my actual iMac, not the replacement one. And I've spent the whole week putting everything together to get this stream back to how it was for the YouTube. And that little glitch may have been because of that. I'm going to claim it. I'm going to say that's what it was from. It might not have been, but I'm going to claim it. Does everybody, Alien says Tim, exactly. Does everybody hear me okay? Like, does it sound the same as last time? It sounds a little louder in my Kansas, but that could just be my local end. How's the chat going? Let me go back up and say hello to everybody. From the very beginning, we had Mark the Traveller in the house. Robert Muller was up there early as well. He's been watching my latest daily vlog. Thanks for that, dude. Benny Crawford, g'day Benny, how you going, man? Xander Round catching a stream, good work, man. He said he's up early in the UK for work, but he'll be watching, listening as he's trucking. Finally caught a live one, hope you're well, 100% Ben on. Thanks, Xander, good to see you again, man. Nice to have you back here. I'm feeling really well. I've had a great week, and that's the synopsis of this stream. We'll get to that, though. It's been a great week for me. Then Tim Arskog talking to Northrop MJ. As I know, Mindy, and Northrop MJ has been massive in the D-Live this week. Thanks for all the support over there, Mindy. D-Live's a great platform. I'm really getting a kick out of that. AWF7, what happened? Yeah, not so sure, dude, but good to see you back here anyway after the little hiccup. It's Friday there. M says hello. Just the letter M. G'day, M. You're welcome in the chat anytime you want to play. Nice to see you with a unique handle. Just one letter. And this is just all confirmation that it's back up and running. Okay, cool. Can I hear you now? Not buffering. Aliens? Yeah, Tim. Loud and clear. Sounds good. Okay, I'm here. Hope you're dong okay. I'm dong okay. It's fun on D-Live, Mindy. Absolutely. I'm really enjoying that platform for the uniqueness of it. It's just... I feel like I can come on here on YouTube and give like a show, if you like a story and a discussion point, and we can interact with each other. But I think on D-Live, you can just come on there and just do something a little bit more crazy. Like I'm a little bit more enigmatic on that stream. I kind of come in and I get my hands moving and I get really emotional and I get really pumped up, and it's just a different place, a different scope, a different platform. But anyway, that's not where we are right now. We're on YouTube. So let's talk about the YouTube this week on Gives a Minute. It's been a huge week for me. If you didn't see this video, I've just posted it in the chit chat. This video was how I didn't even select it, how my next surfboard for a wave a day was presented to me. Now, so I have this sponsorship with Global Surf Industries. So on their roster, did I even post that in the link? I don't think I did. There we go. I just posted it again. Maybe you get it twice. On their roster, they also have Tom Carroll and Richie Lovett. Now, Tom Carroll, if you know surfing, or even if you don't, you probably know who Mr. Tom Carroll is. World champion multiple times. That's so many things he's done in surfing, and he's on their roster as a brand ambassador. And Richie Lovett, also a brand ambassador and a designer of surfboards. The guy who designs these boards. Unbelievable. So Global Surf Industries suggested, I'm not seeing that come up in the chat. Are we still here? Did something go wrong? I posted something in the chat and it didn't come up. Very interesting. I'm just going to assume we're still on. I'm going to post a little conversation in the chat. Are we still on? I posted it there and I'm just seeing if it comes up in my stream. Yeah, we're still on. Okay, cool. Maybe everyone's just listening, but I don't understand why my my chat message didn't come up. Yeah, all good. Yeah, but my link didn't come up. That's very weird. Very weird. I can grab that from here. I'm going to grab that from here and give you... I'm going to post it like this. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do that. Just going to pop it like this. That's the old school manual way. I don't know why the Stream Deck didn't seem to work then. But anyway, so Richie Lovett and Tom Carroll. So Richie Lovett designs surfboards. Tom Carroll's an ex-professional surfer. Global Surf Industries thought it would be great if I went up to the showroom in Brookvale, which is northern beaches of Sydney, and met these two people, and they would talk to me about what they think my next surfboard should be. And then we'd go out for a surf, and they could coach me and we'd take a selection of boards from the showroom. They could coach me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. And then they would ultimately present me with the next board for a wave a day winter, which begins in 2 days. So that was awesome. What actually happened from that was I made a vlog, which is the linky poo I posted right there. North Run MJ says, all your vlogs this week have been so fun because Poopsie was in the house as well. That was awesome. So that vlog there is the one that I made, but then I've obviously given all my footage to Global Surf Industries and they put together their own little spiel. This goes for about 4 minutes 20 seconds, and it's the edit that Global Surf Industries made of my footage. And I want to give that a run for you right now because it's coming out. Actually, it's already out on their channel, but here we go. Let's catch up with it right now. And that didn't work either. Interesting. Well, we're not going to watch that right now then. Instead, how about this for an instead? I'm kind of stuck now. I don't know why that didn't roll. Faffy Day in the house. G'day, Faffy Day. How you going? Instead of that one, maybe we can roll this blooper. So now I'm out of sorts. What's going on here? Why is everything not working the way... It says it's working. That's the strange thing. I'm going to try killing it. I even tried this. I even did a dry rehearsal before this stream and everything worked flawlessly. So I don't understand why it's not working now. Let me give it another run. Nah, it ain't going to work there. Very, very interesting. In that case, Adriana Rizzi. G'day, Adriana. Good to see you again. Do you want to just kick back here for a bit? Have a bit of a chit chat? Let's catch up on the chat. See what I've missed out on. Am I using OBS? I'm not using OBS, Faffy Day. I use Wirecast to stream to YouTube. For some reason, the YouTube ingest server doesn't really like OBS on my system, even though I can stream flawlessly to DLive on the exact same internet connection, my 4G connection, using OBS. I don't get it. And the Wirecast software doesn't stream to DLive. Confirmed with the I'm going to say designer, surfboard designer, confirmed with the developers that it doesn't work with Discord. So there's obviously something going on there. I'm on a Mac Pro. No, I am not on a Mac Pro. I would love to be on a Mac Pro. I'm on an iMac. I'm great, Adriana Rizzo. Nice to have you here. You know what we can do? I can go back in here and play this manually. So here is the Wave a Day from not a wave a day. This is the edit from Global Surf Industries. It's a little bit of a mismatch here today. There are two people here that are going to help this kook get better at his surfing. I want you to meet them. G'day, Tom. Mr. Tom Carroll.
Thanks, Bennett.
How you going?
Yeah, I'm very good, thanks. Ready for action?
I'm very ready. If you know surfing, you'll know this man. You'll know where he's been, what he's done. I don't need to list the accolades. Tom, thank you for giving your time to me to help me get better.
Absolute pleasure. I love seeing what you're doing.
Tom, how can you help this kook get better at surfing?
I can observe what you're doing in the water.
Right.
You actually hear how you're talking about it particularly too.
Right.
And what you're seeing and what you're explaining about what you've been riding, and I've been watching that too. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seeing your actual improvements over time. That observation's been good.
Okay.
But really, ultimately, we've got to get out there.
Yes.
And understand what's going on when you're actually going for a wave and what you're seeing in the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's ultimately reading water, seeing what you're doing, you know, and all those little bits and cues. I can sort of maybe give you a little feedback. But really, what I'm seeing is pretty cool. You know, we've got another person down here.
Yes.
We've got Richie
Richie
Lovett, who knows what he's doing with the designer surfboard.
Richie Lovett, how you going, man?
I'm really good.
Nice to meet you too.
Stoked you're here with us, man.
Man, isn't this cool that you're the designer here of surfboards?
And I love it. I love it.
can you-
Equipment's everything. Like really, you know, you were just talking to Tom about sort of the more technique sort of stuff. We can view you, we can look at you and go, okay, perhaps you need to put your body here and there and whatever. But the other part of the equation is equipment.
Yes.
So you don't have the right equipment, you're dead in the water.
Yes.
You know, so I guess part of today is about making sure you're on the right boards.
Yes.
To be able to not only sort of harness what you're doing now, but also take you to the next level.
Okay.
Something where you can actually start controlling the board a little bit better, steering it to where you want to go, and that's going to open up a whole whack of opportunities for you. We're going to try a couple of different boards, and you'll really be able to experience a different feel with 3 different boards.
Meanwhile, Tom waxes them up for us. How nice is that?
Mate, not often you get a world champion waxing your boards for you, I tell you.
What did I do to deserve this? I'm just a kook that can't really surf, and Tom Carroll's waxing the boards.
Unbelievable.
Thanks, Tom.
Rare moment.
So we've just had our surf, and I was impressed, mind you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was stoked. It was really cool to share a good couple of hours in the water, see where you're at, and it's time to go to the next level.
Yes.
So we did the modern high line. The fundamentals are ingrained in you now, and the progression is there. And the Superfish, the 7S Superfish 4 is the board that's going to take you to the next level. That was the one, that was the board when we were out there. It was the middle one that you tried.
Yep.
That was the one that you paddle back out the back. You got 3 or 4 good rides,
Yeah.
really great rides. You came out just beaming and buzzing.
I could feel it, man.
And
Feel it.
those vibes mean that this board is now yours.
Dude, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thanks, Richie.
Yeah,
Thanks,
pleasure.
Global Surf Industries. Thanks, Tom. Man, this is going to be awesome. That does make me very, very, very happy to have that, right? Like, who am I to have Tom Carroll wax up boards for me, Richie Lovett wax up boards for me, take me out surfing? I'm that person on YouTube. I don't like. Yeah, it constantly baffles me that this is even happening for my channel. Adriana Rizzo in the chat said, when do you make while a video a bath sea, swimming the sea? I'm not 100% certain what you're asking there. I think you're saying, when do I make a video in the ocean next? July 1 is my wave a day when I start to get back in the water. Michael, aka WIE, g'day, how you going? How are you all? Good to see you, Michael. So yeah, I'm just baffled. Like, I'm baffled. Tom Carroll, Richie Lovett, beautiful people, great times. We had a great afternoon. We hung out, we surfed. Yeah, and the end result is I've got the 7S Superfish 6.9 and it's ready to roll. Got a wax sponsor for this season as well, Bell Surf Wax from Victoria. They're providing me with wax. And we're going to be out there on July 1. Also on July 1, which is 2 days from now, 48 hours from 18 minutes ago, I'll be live every day on the YouTube for July. So if you like what you're seeing here, there'll be a live stream every single day at 9 a.m. or at the same time that it has been today. Touch wood, we don't have a technology issue. Every single day for the month of July, with the exception of a couple of days in the middle. I've got something coming up in the middle which I can't avoid. But predominantly for the whole of July, I'll be live on the YouTube, and there'll be a daily vlog and there'll be a wave a day video on the YouTube. So that's 3 videos each day in July, and I'll be also faffing around on the D Live as much as possible as well. So it's going to be a hectic, busy July, but I hope that you can come through and see some content. And most importantly, I hope I can get out there and really get better at surfing, because the waves are better here in the winter. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. In fact, that video up in Manly, obviously Tom Carroll filmed it for me, which is a buzz in itself. He's using my camera filming on the beach. So there was footage that he shot of Richie Lovett. And just one thing I didn't mention about Richie, and I didn't ask him about it, Northrop MJ says she's excited. Yeah, this was a great board presentation. A great board presentation. Yeah, so you have to be up at awake 9 a.m. every day. Well, every day it's going to get longer, Tim, so you can join in a bit later. I've never surfed. How is it? It's so much fun, Michael. So much fun. But I want to tell you about Richie Lovett. So he is a cancer patient in remission. He had his whole hip replaced. He is a pro surfer who got diagnosed with terminal cancer. He beat the cancer, had to have a whole hip replacement, and he's still surfing. I didn't want to say that to him. I didn't want to bring that up. We talked about it over lunch, but I didn't want to bring it up on the vlog because, you know, it's something that he's dealt with in his past and he's moved on. But have a look at this footage. So when Tom Carroll shot for me, I took every clip of Richie Lovett just for my own learning and put it into a little segment. This is this week's super quick wave a day edit. Welcome to episode 2 of Super Quick Wave a Day Edit. Now this week has been a massive week for me with surfing. You've seen the Tom Carroll, Richie Lovett story, how all that unfolded, my new board, my 7S Superfish version 4. I am so pumped. But what I haven't shown you, while I was up there at Manly surfing with Richie Lovett, he's obviously surfing as well. I haven't shown you any of his footage. So what I want to show you here right now is what Tom Carroll filmed for me on my camera for you, of what Richie Lovett did in that surf while I was learning how to surf on those 3 other boards. Look at his style, it's so clean and smooth. How rad is this?
Richie. Yeah, look at that section. Oh, drama. Yeah, Rich. Cruising. Kaboom. Load her up. Yeah. Ooh. Nice one, Bennett. Oh, shit. That didn't look too good.
How clean is that style? I mean, that's why that's a professional surfer, right? How sweet and how smooth and how casual did he make that look? Unbelievable. I can only aspire to be anywhere near that level. I'm so stoked I could share that with you, and massive thanks to Tom Carroll for filming that. Now, while I think about my hideous style and how I can swap that out to suit these conditions, you guys can go back to the live stream.
How clean is his style? How clean is that? And you think about he's got a new hip and he had to relearn how to maneuver that hip and how to get that body functioning how it used to. And you see those conditions, a little bit sloppy, a little bit messy, and all the people that were out there surfing were sort of struggling. And then you got a professional that can just make it look like a regular wave. Like that was choppy, windy, onshore, pretty nasty conditions. And he created his waves out of that. It was so nice to see. JV1000 in the chat says, Richie and Tom gave some excellent advice on your technique and board selection. Yeah, totally. Nice to see you, JV1000. I've never seen you in the chat before, but you're welcome here, dude. Good to have you on board. Tim Arkskog says it'd be neat if Poopsie could do your voiceover intro. Yeah, she's pretty cute with that. So that was, I was pretty damn impressed with that. Introducing Tom Carroll as seen on Gives a Minute. I'm more of a sailor though. Oh, okay. You're a sailor, Michael. Interesting. That's cool. Sailing's rad. Hey, can you see what's happened behind me? What's going on behind me? How did that get there? How did that get there? That's the 7S Superfish version 4. You want to have a look at it? I do. I'm going to bring it on over. 1 second. It's a beauty, isn't it? It's still got sand on it from Manly. Check this out. So, I don't know how I'm going to show this exactly, but you can see down the line there. Oops, get the mic out of the way. How about we put the mic there? 6'9". Beautiful contours. Set up as a thruster situation. There's still some sand on the back there. I'll show you the side profile. It's got more rocker than the modern Highline. Not by a great deal, but enough to be noticeably be different for me riding down the wave. So what rocker is, if you're not 100% certain, I'm just going to keep going back here. Rocker is the bend, the curve in the board from the tip to the tail. Now that obviously is very critical when you're carving down a wave. If you have a flat plank, you've got more opportunity to nosedive if you've got a solid rocker there. So this board, I'm getting tangled up on the leg rope. This board has more rocker than previously on my modern Highline. And it's 1 inch longer as well. So that's the 7S Superfish. And of course, if you want to purchase your own, there'll be links in the Wave a Day description for yourself to go and grab one. And I've already ridden it, obviously, and it is a damn fine board. Very impressive, very maneuverable. So the modern Highline is a fat front end board, and it feels like a plank. Dem Schwabest says, how can I donate? Super Chat's on. Also, there's links in the description of this live stream where you can contribute financially to the channel if you feel the need to. I would appreciate that. I do thank you for that, for asking that question. Benny Crawford says, yeah, so stoked. Hey, when I was introducing this board, so I started my, I was doing my Wave a Day opening piece for the next month, and I had a little accident, not really an accident, but there was talk about last time when I ran a bloopers reel. People were like, yeah, play the bloopers. We want to see you messing up. Well, I kind of messed up when I was filming this, and I kept the clip because it's pretty funny. I'll just read this comment from Tim first. Modern board are so much lighter in weight compared to those of the 60s and 70s, just like racing a mountain bike. Yeah, totally. They're way lighter these days, Tim. Surfing. Michael says surfing. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but check this blooper.
And you don't want to miss any of the action, subscribe to the channel. Oh, did you see that? I better check that that's all good.
He will be. It's all good. Audio's good.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, that was a solid knock there.
There was no damage there at all, but it was just kind of funny that it smashed into the side of the. It was mainly the microphone, but it made more of a noise than what it actually was, and I was like, "What? I don't want to put a ding in this before I've even used it properly." I'm just going to read back up the chat, see if I've missed anything. Rizzy didn't really comment again after I mentioned that swimming in the sea. Michael, smiling face, Benny Crawford, haha, yeah. Michael, you should definitely try surfing, dude. And if you do, I would strongly suggest the Modern range. The Modern Highline, that board was perfect for me. Such a good opening, like, beginner style board because of how fat it is and because it's got less rocker. That board, I could dig it out. It's behind my shelf here. It's such a solid, easy paddler. And the slogan on the Modern Highline, the Learn to Surf curve just got shorter, which is totally accurate. You saw me progress, right, in the way I got started and where I got to at the end of last month. What's the best area to start off? Certainly in the whitewater is definitely the best area of the beach to start off with. You're probably best off starting on a foam board, a softer, fat, foamy. That way you won't have any issues with flotation and paddling, because those foam boards are just like they're foam, so they just float everywhere. Plan shape on your new board looks like in good relation to the rocker. Plan shape, yeah. Slight little bit more rocker, Benny, but not enough to be what you'd consider a performance board, right? Like a high performance shorter board. So I'm sort of sitting somewhere in the middle there, I think, at this point. I'm happy to be at that spot, actually, because I think I still struggle, and this is what I said to Tom Carroll and to Richie Lovett, because I come from a skateboarding background, in particular vert skateboarding. I'm just used to like taking the surface of the ramp and almost letting gravity do the work, aside from pumping, but letting gravity do the work. And the difference I feel on a surfboard, you have to constantly trim and ride the air, almost like snowboarding in a sense. The thought pattern's sort of similar, not the same keep an edge, but it's the same kind of technique. You got to trim and plane, and I'm kind of struggling with that. Like, you'll see me take a wave and I'll just revert back to my skateboarding where I just like plow down the wave and kind of wait for something to happen. Whereas I've got to consciously think about tic-tacking and planing and keeping high on the wave for the maximum speed to happen on that wave. That's what I've got to put in my head, and I'm sort of struggling to learn it, and I'm struggling to adapt it into my surfing. And that's what I was trying to explain to Tom Carroll and Richie Lovett. And they sort of said, vert skateboarding is definitely going to hit.
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak?
Have been meaning to catch the live stream, Ben, and keep up the great work.
JV1000, thanks for the 40 New Zealand dollars, dude. That is beautiful of you. I really, really appreciate that, JV1000. And you're from New Zealand. I appreciate that even more. You're just across the Tasman. If I ever mess up and the surf conditions are too large and I get dragged eastward, I'm going to hit up your island if I can get there. I've actually been to New Zealand a bunch of times and I love it. I lived in New Zealand, lived in the South Island for a year back in 2000, and it was sensational. Oddly enough, I left Australia to get away from the Olympics, thinking it'd be too nuts here for that time of the year. So I went to New Zealand, and it's kind of one of the things I loved about my life, but I also regretted, because I missed out on one of the biggest parties this city's ever had. But I went to New Zealand and had a great time. So I do appreciate the 40, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Across the Dutch. Yeah. Maybe we'll get together and we can have some fish and chips over there in New Zealand. Tim Arscott says, imagine a board with motorized drop-down wheels like those shoes with drop-down skateboard wheels. Then you could ride your board to and from the beach. It could be like riding an electric skateboard. Yeah, I tell you what I need. I need a Steadly Treadly. That's what I need, like a beat-up old bike that I can just fang up the beach and board under the arm and then just leave the bike against the fence and not care if it gets stolen. Benny Crawford says, I'll get there with practice. Absolutely. And the best part about the practice is I'm going to be sharing it all with you. I've got the super suits from GoPro. I've got my GoPro set up now that it's not going to fog up. hopefully, thanks GoPro. I've got the wax endorsement. I've got a new Arisen wetsuit, a 3.2 Arisen wetsuit for the winter, full length steamer. Super pumped to be wearing that. It's so warm out there. Warren Jordan in the house. G'day, Woz. How you going, man? Good to see you. I was just talking about New Zealand, actually, and I was last in New Zealand with Warren Jordan. JV1000 up further in the chat. Meet was. We were over there with the Jed board and going up Baldwin Street, and we're going to be back there again. Well, not saying anything, just keeping that under the wraps, but there you go. Northrop MJ says, "G'day, Warren. I was going to say something else about the surfing versus skating thing. It's kind of like me having to unlearn all the things that I knew about riding a board. Like, it's ingrained in me to ride a skateboard. I've been riding skateboard since I was 11, so I understand how this works. I just need to change my thought pattern, and you'll see it happen. Like, I'm confident that I'll be able to do it, but it's going to be a slow process to get this trimming thing and riding higher on the wave for the power of the wave. That's kind of, instead of just bombing down to the bottom and going, I've ridden a wave, I've got to say, I need to stay here on the wave. I need to watch. And that's what Richie said. You need to learn the ocean better. Like, you need to learn how waves move. One thing I noticed with him was he would be sitting next to me and I'd go a little bit further out and paddle for a wave. And he was like, no, dude, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Wait here. Let the wave do the work, and you'll watch him do two quick, like he'll do two little pumps and push up, and he'll be on the wave. And I'm out the back going, like a longboarder, like paddling my lungs out. And he's like, you're just going to wear yourself out. Just watch the conditions, let the wave build up, bam, bam, push up you go. He did say I've got a good pop-up, though. That was pretty nice to hear. Woz says, your latest surf video was dope. Yeah, thanks, man. We just watched a little Global Surf Industries edit of the same situation, the same content earlier in the stream, if you want to go back and check that. Captain Bustos, how you going, Captain Bustos? Good to see you again, man. How long is this stream? We're wrapping it up. We're into the 33 minutes. It's going to be a 34-minute stream. In fact, I can hear my outro bass line coming in right about soon. I can't hear it. I thought I could hear it. Deshwin Best. Are you trolling my chat, Deshwin Best? What's DDDDDDDD? There it is. There's the outro bass line. Little pumps and push-ups. That's what she said, Captain Bastos. Hey, sorry for the technical issues today, folks. Catch you next time on the stream. Thanks for the super chat, JV1000. Totally appreciate that.
Oh, that's we're out of time.